So now the Council of Governors launched the inaugural Devolution Sensitization Week from Wednesday. During the 3-day program to be held in selected counties every 6 months, governors will engage the public and educate them on the core mandate of the council, county best practices and projects.
The creation of the devolved system of governance was meant to bring the services as well as the resources closer to the people. To effectively understand this devolved system, the county governments are tasked in sensitizing the public about it. And today, Nairobi County Governor Mike Sonko flagged off the exercise, which is expected to last for about a week.
Devolution remains one of the greatest successes of the 2010 Constitution. The establishment of the Council of Governors has continued to help the 47 counties executives to promote visionary leadership, inter-county consultations, and information sharing on the performance of county governments.
Many Kenyans are until now celebrating the benefits of this devolved system, which came into effect by 2013 under the Jubilee administration. According to Governor Mike Mbuvi, there is need for most of the governors to effectively distribute resources across the wards.
The most evident effect of devolution is the distribution of resources and spread of development down to the sub-ward level.
The governor allowed the development agenda, saying despite the challenges, he is determined to succeed.
Unlike my predecessor's administration, whereby hawkers used to be executed by being stabbed with knives to death, I will never do that. Hawkers are human beings, they're protected by the Constitution, but it is wrong, again, for hawkers to flock our CBD. Na kuna deni ya zaidi ya bilioni 1 ambayo wale companies wana collect garbage Nairobi walikuwa wanataka kulipwa. But mimi siwezi tu kuingia hivi na kulipa deni na sijui ile kazi ambayo inafanywa. Kwa hivyo mimi ni mtu wa mwisho kusaliti wananchi. Nitakuwa mtu wa mwisho kusaliti ili jiji la Nairobi. Lakini cartels pia bado ziko ambazo wanataka mimi nionekane mtu mbaya. Kama juzi tumeshika lori imetoa takataka Dandora dump site, inakuja kumwaga takataka town, ionekane mimi na mawaziri wangu wati wafanye kazi.
Participation is one of the key pillars of the 2010 Constitution of Kenya. The Public Finance Management Act provides that county governments establish structures, mechanisms and guidelines for the citizen participation. Reporting for Ebru TV, I'm Jeff Khaemba.
What do you make of Sonko's statement?
Well, he's a politician. I think any statement that man makes is purely political, so it should not be taken with too much weight.
And the hawker situation, do you think that he's doing enough in that area?
He's doing worse than his predecessor was doing. I mean, Nairobi has become, you cannot go through Nairobi town. Every corner there are hawkers, and it seems they feel entitled.
To be fair to him, he's just said that the one distinction between his county government and the previous one is that they don't abuse the rights of these hawkers, even when they are found on the streets. And granted, he's just made the admission himself that they need to get off the streets of the CBD.
You know, admitting that they need to get off the streets and doing something to get them off the streets are two different things. We've not seen anything, at least from where I am, that he's actually done to get the hawkers off the street.
Tamima, we discussed this here quite a number of times before the election. You can't bite the hand that feeds you. We know the bulk of voters who voted for the current governor of Nairobi.
You're saying that's his base?
That's his base. There is no way he's going to ostracize them. Can't happen. Wait for it for 5 years. They're not going anywhere. That's just something we have to get used to. We made our bed, we must be ready to lie on it.
Right. Now, very quickly, let's go over now here. We have a front page of the Standard newspaper. The U.S. rejects Raila's plot but backs call for dialogue. Now, the Trump's envoy met Uhuru and Raila with a message, Kenya must move on, discourages Odinga's swearing-in plan despite Salim Loan's vow it is on, and calls for justice for those killed during the election protest. Your thoughts on how this is going to play out? Is there going to be a swearing in? Because we are seeing all parties. So far, we do know that Jubilee has sent emissaries to try and just convince the NASA team to put this thing off. And obviously, the Attorney General himself came out to strongly condemn this, saying that it's unconstitutional. And yet, we are seeing the NASA team saying that the plans are still on, full throttle. Raila Odinga will be sworn in.
This whole Raila Odinga swearing in thing is it's a bit problematic, if I may put it that way, and it's a bit frightening as well. What is going to be the outcome of it? You know, this is a man who commands a following in this country, and that's a fact. You can't discount that. What he's doing with that power right now is that basically he's taking matters into his own hands. He's deciding that he has to be declared a president. He's deciding that he has to be sworn in. You see, what this happens is his base before the election and after the election are still feeling very aggrieved by how things turned out. Now, he's tapping into that aggression that they're feeling inside. He's tapping into those sentiments that they're feeling inside. And he's trying to use that to place himself in a position of more strength. Personally, I consider that very reckless politics at the end of the day. We have laws in this country, and that's a fact. The moment we start abdicating our laws for personal endeavor is when we start steering our country towards anarchy. You may not like how things turned out. This happens in even the greatest democracies in the world. We had so many demonstrations after the US president was sworn in. So many, and everywhere, so many people are saying, it's not my president, not my president. But what happened? At the end of the day, they had to accept that he's a president. Why? Because the law does not always work in your favor all the time. But what the law does is that it maintains sanity in society. It maintains peace in society. So this, I'm afraid, and from where I stand, it's a very reckless political move. It's a very reckless move from a leader who can clearly see the pedestal that the country is on right now, but chooses to take advantage of that situation. Ask yourself this, towards what end is he swearing in coming? Look at Kenya after December 12th. He won't have any constitutional power. He won't have any constitutional mandate. He cannot give orders to anyone to do anything. So what is he trying to achieve by doing this?
Jimmy India, very quickly as wind up, towards which end?
Towards which end is, number one, America is a superpower, but I think they should be the last people to tell us on which way Kenya. This is the same country that is causing problems in Israel today. So for me, they have no business at all in meddling in how exactly we run their affairs.
So they have no moral authority.
They have zero moral authority. They have enough problems with Trump. I think they better sort them out. But of course, they can always speak. The freedom of speech is guaranteed. But number two, the swearing in of Raila Odinga, I have said it time and again, causes zero panic for this country because it is not anchored on any Raila being sworn in. There is no judge who's going to swear in Raila Odinga. There is no military that is going to recognize Raila Odinga. His swearing in is simply a political gimmick. Allow them to go to whatever, Uhuru Park, let them do their political gimmicks. At the end of the day, he will drive off to Karen, the rest will drive off to Kibra, and we will move on the following day. But the moment you make it a big deal and you want to stop it, then you're working on inflaming passions and emotions. What these people need is an avenue to vent. Allow them to vent at Uhuru Park. Let them swear in. Let them all come with Bibles and swear in Raila Odinga. It will cause nobody no harm. The following day, Raila will not direct any county or any police or any military personnel. This will be the easiest way for anybody. But what the government has decided to do is use the high road, use force to deal with such, in my opinion, very easy political environment, which in my opinion would not cause any Kenyan any harm. Allow them to go on and swear him in. They'll feel good about it, and we'll move on for the next 5 years.
Right, food for thought there for you. On that note, we're going to be winding up this segment of the show. When we come back, a sit down with the Kenya Alliance of Resident Associations. Please don't go too far. We'll be right back.